Ave Satanis, Ave Lucifera, Ave Lord Belial, Ave Lord Leviathan, Ave Beautiful Queen Lilith, Ave King Asmodeus, Ave King Asmodee, Ave King Paimon, Ave Lucifud's Raphael, Ave Lord Menestopheles, Ave Lord Beelzebub, Ave Lord Baal, Ave Lord Vereen, Ave Lord Volok, Ave Lord Croxel, Ave Lord Dandelion, Ave Lord Sunny Lion, Ave Princess Dagon, Ave Queen Tiamat, Ave King Azazel, Ave Lord of Ammon, Ave Lord Amon, Ave and hail to every one of my true 666% sadistic, very satanic, and very demonic brothers and sisters. And like I said in a video prior, it's been a while now since I said it. It's in one of my videos. The the fakes, the phonies, they can just crawl in a hole and disappear. Because they really can, I'm not joking. Like, one of them can be walking down the street, okay, on the sidewalk, and someone could throw a toilet out of their 66th floor condominium or apartment, and the toilet land on top of them. There you go. They made the news. They got what they wanted. Not our big, not our big shots for a minute. They're in the regional news. Maybe someone would videotape it. Maybe someone would record it, and then and throw it on YouTube or something. Then they'd be famous. They'd be a star. And anyway, with that, as Aleister Crowley, the great Aleister Crowley used to say, every man and woman is a star. But some stars are dimmer than others. Right? Some stars are brighter. Some are dimmer. But we all know the morning star, King Lucifer, is bright all the time. Ave Lucifera. Renich Stasa Uberica, Basara Icar Lucifera. Hail the King Lucifer. That we know for sure. And that's a proven fact. And with that being said, I want to do this video on, I'll try not to make it too long, but it depends on how it goes, on people that mock Father Satan and demonesses and demons. When I say demonesses, I'm talking about female demons. Okay? Like known female demons. Like beautiful Queen Lilith. The true mother of all demons and the true queen of the night. That's what I mean when I say demonesses. Okay? I'm talking about female demons, which most people know anyway. But that being said, I gotta bring this up because like in all honesty, it still bugs me. And it bugged me for a long time. Well, since, I can't say a long time, but since, say, May month, I'll say this past May. Maybe longer. Maybe, no, not much earlier. Maybe May or April. Yeah, about May month, I'd say. Well, that being said, it has to do with a group that is on social media. I'm not going to say what platform, because some people that watch this video, if anybody watches it, will know exactly who I'm talking about. Okay? Some people mightn't, some people will. But that being said, it's about people mocking the demonic and the ancient gods. And I mean like really mocking them, like severely. And I totally detest it. Detest the idea of it in every way, shape, and form. And I was in this group, okay? Last spring, I was invited into this group. And I was actually made an administrator of this group before I really knew what was going on in the group, right? And I start noticing, right away I start noticing things, right? I start noticing that the ones that were doing videos in the group, or the three main people in the group that were doing videos, I don't think there's a video they did. Now, I could be wrong because I haven't been back to that group since I left it. And I got no intentions on it. Well, that being said, the three main people in the group, or the three main administrators, now, that was in May month. I have no idea. I know the group still exists, but that's it. Like, anything else about the group, I have no clue about. But, I will say this. I seen a video that one of the guys... I watched a video of the boys. Three of them were together this night. Well, actually, it's not the third party that I'm going to bring up, but it's two of them were together, and one of them lives, I don't know if he still does, but he lived with another guy. And every video they did, okay, every video that I seen them do, they were either hammered, drunk, and high as a kite, or they were getting, they were high as a kite every video, and hammered. And every video they were showing off themselves, smoking up, and which I got no problem with, man. I really don't have any problem with that. Anybody smokes up, more power to you, man. That's like anybody drinks, more power to you. The more the merrier. But what these guys were doing was they were pretending, okay, faking possession. The three of them. First there was only two. Then they incorporated another guy. Or got another guy. One of them was claiming that he was possessed by King Pazuzu. Okay. This is what the man was claiming. The second party was claiming that he was possessed by King Asmodeus. Now, and then the third party came into the other guy was just there, right? And there was another guy just there, okay? And the third party, the third guy was claiming he was possessed by Great Lord Belial, he who walks between the worlds. Now, I watched their videos. When I was in the group, I watched them doing it. And all they would do is they would make it dark, or they would do their video outside in the dark, so that nobody could see their face or anything like that. And when you could see their face, when they would do their videos, they would just like lower the tone in their voice, like make a deep voice, like Hollywood movies do, like Hollywood does when they're doing a bullshit movie about possession, about somebody being possessed. Now, and each one of them were doing it, right? And they were doing this, oh man, they're probably still doing it. I'd say they are, to be honest with you. I don't know, because like I said, I haven't been back to the group and got no plans on it, but I think they probably still are doing it. And that being said, the guy that used to think that he was possessed, the guy that used to tell everybody that he used to get possessed by King Pazuzu, did not know anything about King Pazuzu. All he knew that he didn't know anything about King Pazuzu. Like, literally nothing. Like, not a thing. And, you know, it's pretty sad when and the same thing, and the other guy, who was supposed to be possessed by King Asmodeus, all he claimed was that he was, apparently possessed, but he said, you know, he used to roll his eyes, do the same thing, they used to try to roll their eyes in the back of their head, which they couldn't even do. And they used to try to speak in a dark voice. Like a deep voice, right? Now that being said, neither one of them could do it, you know, at all. But they used to try. And all one of them used, and of course they were drinking all this time, smoking up and doing all that bullshit, right? All the shit, you know. And the thing about it is that they had there's people still probably in that group that actually believe that horse shit. And that's just the way I'm going to say it, because it's true. Now, anybody that even believes that they are, obviously don't know anything about possession. Don't know anything about possession, don't know anything about anything about true possession, anything about ancient gods, you know, about Father Satan and the demonic. Now, they used to, like, literally fake that they were possessed. And that was the main thing that was, and I knew they were faking it. You could tell, right? If you're knowledgeable at all, you can tell. Like a doorknob could tell the difference, right? And that being said, doorknob aside, they also start talking trash about females. And I mean, like, they were saying some nasty shit about females, right? Like, and not just a single female. They were talking shit about a lot of different females. Like, a lot of different females that were in their group, okay? And I'm not joking, I'm dead serious. And the group's name is, I think if I can remember correctly, it's, Legion in Lucifer. Well, I'll say Legion of Satan. Either Legion in Lucifer, or yeah, something like that. I think it's Legion in Lucifer. Legion of. It was in instead of. So I'm pretty sure it was Legion in Lucifer. Now I could be wrong. You know, I could be very wrong on that one. But yeah, I could be wrong on that one. I could very well be. But anyway, even if I am wrong, well, you know, you get the point. And what got me was when they start faking, basically mocking King Asmodeus, King Pazuzu, and Lord Belial. And now, you just don't do that. That's wrong. In every aspect. Okay? Every way you want to look at it is totally wrong. And that being said, the stuff they were saying about the women in the group, or the ladies in the group, the stuff they were saying about the ladies in the group, or the women in the group, is like ridiculous. And I mean, like, totally ridiculous. Like, they never had a good thing, really, they never had a good thing to say about one female that was in that group while I was in it. Not one. Not a thing. Not one good thing. The only thing they said women were good for was in the bed. That's it. And this is quoting them. Okay? This is not me speaking, or saying it. This is quoting them. And that being said, I said to myself, I'm getting the fuck. This is pretty much what I said. I'm getting the hell out of it. I'm getting the fuck out of this group. This is total bullshit. And I got out of the group, left the group, deleted them as friends, and then I started talking to this other female, okay, who was in the group, And she even left her home, this female did, to go down to their place, wherever they lived. She went from Chicago area to, I don't know where it was to, wherever the boys lived. Or wherever one of them lived. The other guy, the guy that pretended he was, the guy that was faking that he was possessed by King Asmodeus, apparently he just wanders around and sponges off whoever he can sponge off of. It doesn't matter who it is. If he can sponge off them, he's going to sponge off them. And I was told this by somebody that knew him. Okay? And that being said, they told me one night in a video that the girl that was there, okay, the one that left her home in Chicago and went to wherever they are, they told me that they were going to pimp her out. And I told her, I was friends with her at the time, right? Well, not no more. Haven't been for a while. I told her to get the frig out of there and get away from them as fast as she could. And I told her the plans that they had for her. Right? And she left there. And she went back to Chicago. And then I don't know what happened to her after. Because some shit got a bit weird and I got away from it. Right? So, that being said, it all goes back to them poking fun at the demonic. And now, I don't care who the person is. If it was me, if it was one of my good friends that, you know, or you do not poke fun at the demonic without being paid back dearly. Okay? It doesn't matter which ancient god it is, you do not do it. If you do, you get paid back dearly. It mightn't happen right away. It might not happen right away, but I can guarantee you right now, it will happen. Like I said earlier in the video, you'll end up getting all that screwed up in the head, that psychologically messed up, that you'll end up going to an ER department. Once you're in the ER department, you'll see the regular physician that's there, ER doctor. He'll get you be talking to a crisis worker or somebody from the psych ward, a crisis worker from the psych ward, and he'll end up getting probably a psychiatrist to talk to you the same night. Then they'll say, okay, come upstairs or wherever, right? Whatever floor you're on, the psych ward is. Then they'll take you to the psych ward. You'll tell them what's going on. You'll mention the word ancient god. You won't mention the word ancient gods. You'll mention the word demons. Or demon. And then they'll think that you got schizophrenia. Okay? And then if you get a bit hyper, they'll probably say you got, or if you're moody or whatever, they'll probably say you got bipolar as well. And the both of them mixed together, if you have the both of them, which is very common, both of them mixed together, they call it, you have schizoaffective disorder. Okay? And now when you have that, the first thing they'll do, and they'll probably, where you mention the word demon, they'll probably say it's a religious, paranoid delusion. They'll probably say you're having paranoid delusions with it. Okay? So, they'll end up either throwing you on Seroquel, Florazine, along with some antidepressants, obviously, and something. And the Florazine or the Seroquel or whichever antipsychotic they choose to use on you, because everyone's different, right? You'll definitely end up on it, and you'll be in there for a while in the hospital, and you'll still have this stuff going on in your head, by the way, medication or no medication. If you screw around mocking the ancient gods, mocking the demonic, mocking Father Satan, mocking any of the demonic, you are going to pay dearly for it. And that's just psychologically. That's not physically. That's just mentally. Okay? Then you got the physical side to go with it. And what will happen, okay, and I'm willing to bet it will happen with these three guys, okay? they'll either get that screwed up in the head and get that heavy into drugs, more than a lot more than they are now, or they'll turn to heavier drugs, and they'll either end up ODing, or they'll keep them in the psych ward for ever, or they'll end up offing themselves because they can't handle what's before. If they don't want to go to a hospital, they'll probably end up offing themselves. Okay, or they'll end up. No, I'm not even going to go that route because I don't think they would, either one of them. But anyway, that being said, it just has to do with possession and people mocking the demonic. You just do not do it. Okay? You really don't. And anybody that tells you they're possessed, 9 chances out of 10 they're lying. Now, it happens, but not in that way. Not in that. It doesn't happen like in a second or 10 seconds or something like that. Or 5 seconds. Or even a minute or something like that. This takes time. It takes hours. Sometimes even days, weeks, if you're doing channeling. And say you're channeling, I don't know, I'll just use Lord Belial for example. If you're doing channeling, it still takes time. All you have to do, if you don't think think what I'm talking about, don't know what I'm talking about, that's up to you, obviously. Just all you have to do is go watch Behemoth X on YouTube. Watch his videos. Listen to his videos. He does channeling and that. And the thing about it is, it takes time. He does it for like, say he's working with Lord Belial. He does it like, say, 3 hours a night. Okay? Trying to channel Lord Belial and working with Lord Belial. Now, he does it for like 2 weeks straight. Every night for 3 hours a night. And then he only gets partially, he gets possessed, but it's not like full on, full blown, you know, or it might be, you know, it could be. I'm pretty sure, you know, but he definitely channels spirits and channels demons, and it takes time. It's not a 5-minute thing. It's not a 10-minute video, or 8 or 6 or 15-minute video. It doesn't work that way. A lot of people might think it does because there's some videos floating around on social media now that some people do a ritual for other people that are paying them, but these people are getting paid. With this individual, these people are getting ripped off. I'm going to put it that way, because you don't do a ritual, whether it's compassion ritual, love ritual, any kind of ritual, destruction, anything, okay, and you're possessed by 5 ancient gods, or 6, or what have you, in 10 seconds into the video. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way at all. A lot of people don't realize, especially people that are new to the left-hand path, new to Satanism, new to traditional Satanism, spiritual Satanism, theistic Satanism, demonolatry, necromancy. A lot of people don't realize that. But that's the way it goes. So with that, I'm going to let everybody go. Hail Satan. Hail Lucifer. Hail Lord Belial. Hail Lord Leviathan. Hail King Asmodeus. Hail Lord Beelzebub. Hail King Pazuzu. Hail King Azazel. Hail Queen Tiamat. Hail and Ave to every demon and every demoness that's in existence. Ave Satanas. I'll talk to you next, guys. Hail Satan.